What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to Fortnite. I know it's been a few weeks since we covered this game, but today they dropped an absolute bombshell. A battle royale mode has been added into Fortnite, and this is kind of crazy. It's exactly what you think it is. It's 100% Pubg taken wholesale. Oh, you little. Oh, you little scumbag. I thought you were out of ammo. Anyway, it's 100% Pubg taken and put inside Fortnite. I think it's a great idea, and we'll spend this video kind of playing the game and talking about should this have happened, what is the outcry like, etc, etc, etc. So first things first, so the development team came out really early and said, hey guys, we are epic. We all use the Unreal Tournament engine. We are masters at this engine. We did not make this game. And everyone's like, wait, what? No, the Unreal Tournament development team made this game for the Fortnite team. So once again, you have to think about this is epic. They're all very familiar with the Unreal Tournament the Unreal Engine. So the Unreal Tournament development team decided to put this mode together for the Fortnite team as a test. As you can plainly see, this battle royale is a public test just to see how it works, see how people accept it, etc. One kind of side note, I think it's really funny that they were able to put this mode together as well as they did, as quickly as they did, right? I mean, it's like, it's such an easy idea and such an easy format that developers can put it together on the side. I think that's really kind of funny. But with all that being said, the PvE and the main focus of Fortnite has not been, it hasn't been shortchanged in any way because they had a totally separate development team think it was a really cool idea and helped out the Fortnite team to do this. So let's get that out of the way flat out. The second big thing that people are upset about is the fact that it's a copy. And I hate to break it to you guys, all games are copies of something else, right? Now, is this one of the more blatant copies? Yes. This is basically 100% wholesale Pubg pulled directly from Pubg and put inside Fortnite. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because this game is a side mode, right? This is something that's added into Fortnite. So on those grounds, I give it a full pardon. I'm totally fine with having different types of modes, even if those modes are from other popular games. I think that's really cool that your game can support a totally separate mode like this and it actually work well. All right, so that's number one. Here's some band-aids. I needed those earlier, jerks. Nothing I get here transfers to the game, so don't worry. And nothing I do here in Battle Royale transfers into the PvE mode as well. So don't worry about any of that. It's exactly like Pubg when you're in this little waiting period. So I got 37 seconds before the game starts, and you can kind of run around this this hangar area and just kind of screw around, shoot weapons, and you know, do your thing. So like I said, they're not trying to hide the fact that this is Pubg inside Fortnite. Now, with all that being said, I think that, yes, it's a 100% clone, but I think just by the very nature of this game being Fortnite, it adds a little something. It adds a little bit of a strategy that's not present in Pubg, and that's not a stab at Pubg at all, because that's not the way Pubg was built. But imagine a scenario where I'm trying to chase this guy right here, and he starts building walls to keep himself safe. I think that's a pretty interesting dynamic. So if you're in Pubg and you're in this big wide open field and someone's shooting at you, you have to find a tree or you're basically dead. Well, here in Fortnite, if you're quick enough, you can build up a quick shield, band-aid yourself, reload your weapon, and then get the edge on them. Or you can lay some traps in a building or something. Like if you know someone's gonna follow you in a building, you can lay a trap. So I think just those two small things alone, I think is enough to warrant this game mode. I think that just by those two things alone, this game mode has legs instantly. And a lot of people don't really understand how games work. And I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, but a lot of people don't understand how games work. Games don't revolutionize overnight. They refine. They refine, they refine, they refine. So one game might have 2 or 3 things different. Like if you think about FPS games, right? When the first FPS games came out, lots of them were clones. But every now and then, one added a feature here, and a feature there, and a feature here, and the next thing you know, you have games like Half-Life, and Bioshock, and Doom, and things like that. Well, not Doom. That's a bad example. Doom is kind of like a throwback. But you see what I'm saying. It's not always about completely coming up with something 100% new. The old adage of you don't have to reinvent the wheel is such, it pertains to games so much, and I think gamers don't really, I don't think they really understand that you don't have to completely redesign something to make it fun and to make it unique either. Oh, I got a bandage right off the bat. Got a little med kit right off the bat there, ladies and gentlemen. So we know people are over there, right? So let's go. Oh, I see a little jerk over there. So you got to be very wary of people coming out of buildings because there's a good chance that there was more than a band-aid in there, like the building that I went into. So you got to be very careful. Another neat thing about Pubg, another good neat thing about Fortnite, other than the fact that you can build traps and you can build enclosures and walls on the spot, the game is very colorful. So it's quite easy to see someone in the distance because of the way that the colors work inside Fortnite, which I actually think is better than PUBG in that sense. Another cool thing that is not completely cool is the fact that you have to still gather resources as well. So you don't start off with anything that you can, build with right off the bat. And there's no reason for you to break down rocks unless you really need to. So that's twofold, right? So if you're mining rocks, you're going to put yourself in a position where, I need to get back in this. You're going to put yourself in a position where someone's going to be able to come up behind you because you're not going to be able to pay attention to what's around you if you're doing this. If you're doing this, someone's going to shoot you. They're going to hear you and they're going to kill you. All right, so I have a shotgun, which is not ideal from where I am. I'm going to make myself back into the ring. Just like in PUBG, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And the storm comes, which is very thematic for Fortnite. All right, so we're not quite inside the ring yet, but I don't want to just like beeline into the ring. So we know a few people landed over here, and that's where I landed, right over here. So we have to maybe hope that they're gone. And they left behind something. That kind of sucks that I have to go in a building with that's already been ransacked. So let's talk about Fortnite. I'm going to try my best to focus. Crap. So here's a position where I'm getting shot at. Watch what I can do. If I do something like that, I can actually do something like that. Like, let's say I'm getting shot from that side. I could do something like that and completely wall myself off from getting shot from long-range fire, which is something extremely unique and something that you're not going to see in any other game. All right. All right, let's bring the shotty back out here in this situation. Dang it, this place is completely ransacked. I'll take that. We got some long-range weapons. Down to the top 46. Now, here's a couple of negatives because I've been very positive. Here's a couple of negatives. So this game has just gotten itself a boost in players. Lots of people have come back to the game to check out this brand new mode, and I think that's great. Unfortunately, I think it's going to hurt them as well. Because this is just a framework. This is just a public test. They have no progression system in the game. They have no experience bar. They have nothing. All it is just the base PUBG experience. That's all it is. There's nothing else. There's no cosmetics. There's nothing to strive for. There's no rewards. There's nothing. See how easy you can see people? He went inside the building. But there's nothing in the game to really strive for right now. So I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold everyone's attention by the time... I I see you. Oh, I'm out of freaking materials. Dang it! Ah, I'm so dumb because I showed you guys, I showed the viewers what it would be like to use walls to protect yourself, and I used all my freaking materials. I'm like, wait a minute, I have materials. Oh no, because I was an idiot and I was showing you guys how the freaking thing would work. But to finish my thoughts there, they're gonna get a lot of people to come back and play the game. I hope they will be able to hold those people by the time they add those systems into the game, because there's gonna have to be an experience system, there's gonna have to be a progression system, there's gonna have to be some kind of, there's gotta be something else, and I fear that they may have come out a little too early in this mode without having anything, like nothing. But that's just my opinion. Overall though, I think the game mode is pretty awesome. What are the other things that I've heard people say? So they were mad that it was Pubg inside Fortnite. They were mad that they thought development time was wasted. What else were they mad about? I think that was pretty much it. Those two things were the biggest things that I saw people really upset with. And of course, one that I think has no grounds of anything whatsoever. There were people that said, this mode is gonna get really popular, which means they're not gonna focus on the PvE. And I gotta be very tact when I say this. If the game can't survive on its PvE, right? If the game has a certain amount of players with PvE, but it has way more players with PvP, then I think that the community and the people and the customers have spoken. That means you should go in a PvP direction. So I totally get that you might prefer a PvE mode, and I think, you know, if I had to make a prediction, that both of these modes will be able to survive together. I don't think it's going to be like H1Z1, where their battle royale mode got really popular and they completely said screw the PvE mode. That could happen, absolutely could, but I think Fortnite's PvE mode has a little bit more legs than that, and I think it can. But if something does happen and the battle royale mode of this game just explodes, I really can't fault the developers for following where the customers are. Like, I can't. I really can't. I can't be mad at them for doing that. That's basically saying, how dare you develop and support for the most popular mode in your game? You should develop and support the less popular mode in your game. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But on the flip side of that, if it's not clear which mode is like the most popular, and they're both kind of the same, I hope that they will be able to develop them, you know, 50-50 if that case happens. But we'll have to see. I don't really think it's fair to judge Epic based off of what Daybreak did with H1Z1. I think that's really unfair. I think it's still smart to be conscious of that fact, to be like, this could happen. I don't want to be a stupid consumer. I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not going to get screwed over by a development team. I think that's still smart. You got to learn from the past, but I don't think it's fair to condemn a development team based off of what another development team did in a totally different studio with a totally different game and a totally different everything. So, just my opinion. We're going to go to this little farmhouse over here and hope that I see something in there. Hopefully it's more than just some band-aids. So I'm starting to realize that these little outhouses here are really good for getting some band-aids and stuff and getting your first few wooden planks. This is what I wanted to have last time. See, there's some wooden planks there. Don't discount this. I tried to show it off before. I got screwed over, but that's a big part of the game. And I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but fall damage was recently increased in one of the patches. So fall damage is not a thing that you want to embrace. All right, fall damage is bad, ladies and gentlemen. What's the best way for me to get down? Like, I never really had to worry about getting down inside Fortnite. Can I just slide? Thank God. But yeah, fall damage is extremely... It needs to be looked at again, especially in this mode. Because earlier in Fortnite, it didn't really matter if you went down. It was all about trying to go up. And it didn't really matter too much in the PvE mode, because in the PvE mode, yeah, it was hard for you to get your HP back, but it was really easy to get your shield back. Here in the Battle Royale mode, shields come from items. So as you can see, I'm 0 of 100 when it comes to shield. So I need to grab a shield to kind of protect myself a little bit better. I'm way too far on the outskirts of things, but I'm kind of okay with that. Oh man, I got 2 minutes to get... Yeah, well, we can't be okay with that for very much longer. So this is bad for me to just kind of look over here. All right, there's somebody over there. Cool thing is, if I don't want to use the front door, welcome to Fortnite. Oh my god! Oh, you've got to be joking. Okay, I think we can leave it there. That is freaking awesome. Well, anyway, guys, that is Pubg inside Fortnite. No bones about it. This is a straight clone. I think it's a good mode. Overall, I think you should play it and enjoy yourselves, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Hopefully, Epic can put together some following patches to kind of flesh this mode out as fast as they possibly can, because I'm not sure if players will be able to hold on long enough to wait for a... Oh. I'm not sure if players will be able to wait long enough, but I do think that this was a good idea just because of the building aspect, the mining aspect of being able to go through walls where I displayed in the worst fashion possible, and the fact that you can find traps. You can find traps and lay them down. So if you are being followed by people in buildings and whatnot, you can lay a trap. They can avoid your trap by digging above you or digging to the side of you. So I mean, it opens the door to a lot of interesting things that, look at this camper. Look at this camper. Oh, never mind, Band-Aid. Sorry, called you a camper. How'd you get so many Band-Aids, you jerk? Very nice. Anyway, guys, I'm FG3000. I'm out. This is Fortnite. Check it out. Re-download it. Repatch it if you haven't played it in a while. I think it's 100% worth it. The developers have a nice little hit on their hands. Let's see what they do with it, all right? Later. We'll see you next video.